Hey everyone, so today we're going to take a look at a scene from the up-and-coming film called The Benevolent, which stars the emerging actor Enzo Zelocchi, who a lot of people in the industry are saying is one of the next hot talents coming up on the scene right now. This scene in the film is called A Hard Decision, so I'm going to watch this and give my thoughts and feedback on it. You can follow along with me. Let's get into it.
Jack, what are you doing here?
Was it worth it?
Worth what?
To betray your country for $5 million?
What are you talking about? You betrayed our country to go work for the Americans. So what do you care?
As you know, I've always been a sentimental man. I need to talk to you. For real.
For real?
So the scene starts with Enzo Zelocchi, Jack, loading his gun, and we can instantly tell that this is going to be quite an intense encounter. He asks the man in the bed, was it worth it? And we can tell that there's some sort of history between the two. Zelocchi goes on to tell us that he's always been quite a sentimental man, and you can really feel this sincerity in his words, like he's truly embodying the character that he's playing.
I've done some bad things in my life. Things that I'm not proud of. I promised somebody that I love very much that I would never go back and be that person again. But for you, I'm gonna make an exception. Now, I could let you go for old time's sake. But somebody else is gonna hunt you down and make you suffer.
We've got the light shining onto the man that's in the bed like he's the one in the spotlight being held up to be judged right now. And then Enzo Zelocchi's face kind of in the darkness, and you can hear with his slow and considered speech with the pauses between his voice that what he's saying is quite significant.
Brother, you fucked up big this time.
And then he calls him brother, so we realize there's quite a strong emotional bond between the two, and this is obviously a difficult conversation and situation to be in for the two of them.
You promised to protect my wife.
You picked the wrong business to be married.
Jack, please, promise. You know it would make sense.
Okay. I promise you.
So the man who's being held at gunpoint asks, promise me that you'll take care of my wife. And this seems to be the most pressing issue in his mind right now, knowing that he's likely going to be killed depending on what happens. And we can feel that there's some type of compassion within Zelocchi wanting to honor this request, but that he's also a hardened man who's been sent here with a job to do. As I'm watching Enzo Zelocchi here, I'm thinking of other famous actors such as Liam Neeson and Robert De Niro, who are really intense characters that use their words very carefully in scenes such as this. And the spaces between their statements are as important as the words that they're saying, because we can feel the depth of the character that's before us on the screen. Enzo Zelocchi is such a striking looking character. I think he's really someone that's going to stand out in the minds of viewers as he continues to emerge on the scene.
Face the wall now.
Jack. I'm sorry.
Me too. Goodbye now.
Okay, so he's just been killed, and his final statement was, Jack, I'm sorry. And we can see as Enzo responds with, me too, there's a real breaking in the balance between his strength and his softness. And we see this sort of contrast between his stronger, tough guy side and this emotional, compassionate side. So he's showing us a lot of depth in his character here, which is very engaging. So the final 30 seconds or so of the scene are just Enzo Zelocchi breathing and crying and sort of trying to come to terms with his actions of what he's just done. And the scene ends with him taking one last deep breath in and then turning his back and walking away, seemingly moving on to the next assignment or chapter in his life. So Enzo Zelocchi in this short but powerful scene shows us that he's an intense and intimidating character, but also a compassionate and emotional man. So I really love the contrast that we can see, especially in this scene where he's got some type of rapport with the men that he's interacting with. I feel really excited and optimistic for what the future holds for Enzo Zelocchi as he continues to evolve and develop as an actor.